Hello whoever, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make the taffy braid. You might hear me refer to it as lots of knots just because that's what it looks like to me. So for this video you are going to need 27 of a border color and 12 of each pattern color so that your bracelet will end up looking like this, where it has the border and then a pattern. And the way that I make it, so you can either use an extension piece of your border color, or you can make your pattern color and just do a mix. So how I make it is I make it with 2 extension pieces, which I will show you how to do so that it connects at the bottom, because the original design connects on the side and I don't think that that looks as good as connecting at the bottom. So you will need your rainbow loom, 27 of your border color, and then 12 of each. You'll also need some more bands for your extensions, but I can't tell you how many of those you'll need because it depends on your wrist. You're also going to need a hook. Mine has a little huggy on it. And a C-clip, which I probably should have grabbed before, but I'm going to grab it now. And a C-clip. You can also use an S-clip, but I'm going to be using a C-clip. So, to get started, this is really simple to put your bands on. It's actually a really simple bracelet all around, but the hooking process is a little bit different. So, you're going to take double bands, and you're going to put them on. So, to make your border, all of the ones that are going this way, kind of like stripes, are going to be that pink, and then you're going to alternate this way to make a pattern. So now I'm going to use my pattern color, still taking double bands. You're going to take double bands throughout this whole process, and I'm going to place my first pattern color. So now we're going to do border color and pattern color. So see how I alternate so that this one is purple and then this one's green, because that's going to be my pattern, purple and green with a pink border. So you're just going to go down to the bottom of your loom. So pause your video here, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so now your rainbow loom should look like this. And you should have one extra band. This is for the cap band. So all you're going to do to make that band is, you can either do it on your hook or on the peg, but I find doing it on the peg is easier. So you're just going to take it, twist it, and then loop it again so that you have 2 bands, and loop it one more time so that you have 3 bands. And you can't really see it on the camera, but you should have 3 little bands using 1 rubber band. Okay, and just go ahead and double check your loom before you start the hooking process to make sure that you alternated the right way. So you have your border color going this way, and you're alternating your pattern color, so it's purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, or whatever colors you used. So now we start the hooking process, and what you're going to do is it helps to push down on this one so that you can find those bottom 2 bands behind the cap band. So see how I just pushed down? It'll look like that. So now you're going to go underneath your cap band and pull back on it. And then you're going to grab those bottom 2 bands and kind of hold on to your cat band so it doesn't come flying off with your thumb. And instead of hooking it diagonally, you're going to hook it straight up. So it looks like that. So now you're going to go to the next one. And sorry guys. And hook that one straight up. So it came from here and it went to here. This is not a teardrop style. It'll kind of look a little bit twisted, but it's not. So now you're just gonna go behind all of those bands that aren't the bottom two and just find the bottom two. And pull straight up. Like that. So you just find the bottom two. Oops, I only grabbed one. Find the bottom two. Pull straight up. Like that. And just keep going. And you'll kind of see your pattern start to form. So these ones are pink and then this one is green and then purple. The bottom is going to look a little funky and that's okay. There's no problem there. It's just how it looks. So keep going. Pause your video here again. And I will see you when you're done. Okay, so once you get to this last band where you still have one that's diagonal, and there isn't a pin up here to hook straight, you're just gonna hook this last one to the diagonal, like so. And I messed up a little bit. You need one more band to connect all of these bands because there's a lot of bands on here and it's gonna be harder to work with. So what you're gonna do now that your loom looks like this, you have your border color and your pattern, is you're just gonna stick your hook straight in the top here. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit. I do not have the best camera set up. And then kind of just stick it out to the side. Sorry guys. And then grab this one and connect it onto your hook and just pull it taut with your finger. And this part is a little bit hard, but just pull it through there. I'm so sorry guys, I usually don't struggle with this, it's just hard while recording. Okay, so like that, and if you have a peg to put it on, it depends on how your loom was staggered, but I happen to have a peg over here. So just bring it there. If this part was higher than this part, so it was like an in or a V instead of like an upside down sort of triangle thing, then you probably won't have a hook over or a peg over here, so that's fine. You can just leave it on your hook or do another hook or just hold it with your fingers. So now you can either use your hook or your fingers. I use my hook just because it's a little bit more gentle, and you're gonna take everything off your loom now. Okay, and then you can put your finger here and take this last one off the loom so that it doesn't fall off. And this is what your top part of your bracelet will look like. You can just stretch it out if there's some things that don't look quite right. And it's gonna look like that. So you can just leave this part here. And so now, taking double bands, I'm going to turn my loom around just because I think it's easier this way. And you're just going to make a chain like so. So make sure that, because this is going to go on the top part of your wrist, that it's only going to reach down to the side and come to the middle. So it's only going to be this part of your wrist. So I'm going to make 6, I don't know what you would really call it, I guess chains, or I don't know. So, or sets, I guess. So there's 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. So do not put a cap band here. That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, and it's going to be very heartbreaking. You're going to take this part and grab it on your fingers, or you can use your hook. I just use my fingers because I think it's easier. And you're going to stretch this onto here so that that is your cap band instead of using an actual cap band. So now turn your loom around again so that your arrow is pointing to you. And because this is a single chain, you just hook straight up, but this will form a teardrop because it's going back to where it came from. So this band started here, it went over here, and I looped it back to where it started. So you go underneath all of these and pull straight up to make that teardrop. Oops. Like I said, you guys, I do not have the best setup. It's fine though. And just pull it right to there. So now you're going to take one more band because, as you can see, there's 4 rings, and like I said before, it's harder to get more onto a clip. So you're just going to go down in here and bring it back through so that it's like that. This is what I call a secure band. So now you're going to take your C-clip and just place it onto there. Make sure that it's nice and secure, and you can just go ahead and pull this off your loom. So now your bracelet is almost done. You have your top part and one side. So now you're going to do the other side. So again, turn your loom around so that the arrow is pointing away from you. And I'm going to do another 6 because that's what fits my wrist. You can do either less or more. Three, 4, 5, and 6. So it looks like that. And again, don't take a cap band. You're going to take the other end of your bracelet, and because this one is ringed 3 times, focus, it's not really focusing. Here, take that away. There we go. So you're just going to put your hook through your cap band so it just gets that cap band. like so. And now I'm going to pull that and put it right onto your loom. And I just turn this around so that it comes to the side. So now turn your loom back around so that your arrow is facing you, and start the hooking process doing teardrops. Okay, what is that? There we go. At this point, your bracelet is almost done. So once you get to that last one, go underneath all four, take your last band, and pull it up and through. And then this part I'm just going to hold on to with my fingers so that I can bring it back around to that C-clip. Go ahead and pull it off. And then take that band, which I'm holding on to with my fingers. I'm so sorry, my guinea pigs are being very noisy. Take your C-clip and just clip it onto there. So now your bracelet is done. It will sit on your wrist so that you have that part as your top, and then you don't have a clip on the side, because I just don't think that that looks right. So your clip is on the very bottom of your wrist. So it should look like that. And your bracelet's finished.